Hey, and welcome to a new tutorial video. Today we are making this mug, so let's get started. I'm going to open up a new Blender file. Now let's press A to select all and X to delete. And add mesh and find a circle. Now let's zoom in a bit, tab into edit mode and press F to fill this up. Now press 1 on your numpad for front view and let's extrude this up and scale this up a bit. Okay, let's rotate and make an inset with I and extrude this down. Make another inset and let's add some loop cuts, so Ctrl R and use your mouse wheel to add to the selection. Tab into object mode and Ctrl 2 for subdivision modifier. Let's shade this smooth, so click your right mouse and shade smooth. Go to the modifiers tab and make this 4 on both. And go back into edit mode. Ctrl R to add a loop cut and bring this down. Okay, let's rotate our view and press 3 for face select and select this face. Make an inset with I and Ctrl R and add a couple of loop cuts. Okay, let's go to the top again. Let's add 2 here, so Ctrl R and do 2. Press 3 again for face select and select this face. Duplicate this by Shift D and P to separate. Tab to object mode and find our new object. Select it and go back into edit mode with Tab, A to select all and G and Z and move this up. Let's scale this up, so S. Okay, maybe bring it down a tiny bit, something like this. Go back into object mode. Press 1 on your numpad for front view. And let's make our handle. So go ahead to add, mesh and add single vert. And let's make sure we are on vertex, so click here. And now we can move this up with G and Z. And move this on the X, G, X. And move this down. And now we can go ahead and extrude this. And we can do that by holding Ctrl and clicking our right mouse. And we can adjust any of these vertices to adjust the shape. Okay, let's tab into object mode. Ctrl 2 for subdivision modifier. Make this 4 again on both. And let's add a skin modifier. And bring that above our subdivision. And click smooth shading right here. Go into edit mode. Press A and Ctrl A. And now we can scale this down a bit. Something like this. Let's go into object mode again. And now we can move this inside the mug a bit. So G and X. Okay. Now let's add some smoke, metaball, and bring that up, T and Z, and scale this down with S. Press 1 again on your numpad, and let's duplicate this, so Shift D, and move this. Let's scale this down. Another one, Shift D. Scale and do one more and scale Okay, now we can go ahead and add our background. So add, mesh, and select plane. Scale this up with S. Now let's add our camera. And the location on the Z, I want to be 21. And rotation on the X, 75. And now we can bring this down with G and Z. Okay, let's go to the output properties and make our resolution 1000 by 1000. Go to the camera settings right here and let's scale this down. Let's adjust the camera a bit because I want our mug to be in the middle. So something like this. I'm going to scale up the background a bit. Okay, now we can save our file. So let's do that. And now we can go ahead and give this some color. So let's go to this viewport shading tab right here. Select the background, go to the material properties, select new and go to the base color and make this black. Now if you want to follow along with my colors, I have hex colors. So select the mug, base color and go to hex right here. And the number for the mug is B3A9E7. And we can now select the handle and select material number 2. Now select our coffee, new, base color, and the hex number is 684747. And we can maybe bring this up just a tiny bit. Like that. Now select our smoke and the base color hex and the number for that is 6 times AB. Like that. Now we can go ahead and give this some light. So go ahead and add a sunlight. And I want to rotate this sunlight around our 3D cursor. And in order to do that, we need to change our pivot point to 3D cursor. So click here. And now we can bring this up with G and Z. And rotate this. So RX45, RZ90 minus, and then enter. And the color for that will be F3BC85. And the strength will be 1.5 and the angle 55. Let's add a area light. Bring this up, G, Z. And this will be white, but the power will be 250 with the shape disc and the size will be 4. Now rotate this, so RX45, RZ45. And we can duplicate this area light. So Shift D, RZ180. And for the backlight, I want that to be the same color as our sunlight. And the hex color for that was F3BC85. And the rest will be the same. Now for the world color, we can adjust that right here. And the hex color for that is 653F86. And now we can go to the render properties right here and select ambient occlusion, bloom, and screen space reflections. And then all the way down here we have color management. Go to look and select high contrast. And then we can scroll up, and for the render engine we can go with cycles, make sure you click the noise right here and go to the last viewport shading tab right here. And we can adjust the lights a little bit. So press 1 on your numpad and select both these area lights by holding Shift. And now we can bring this up a bit, so G and double Z, and just move it up to somewhere around here. Now we can press 0 again on our numpad for the camera view. And this looks better. So now we can go ahead and render our image. So press render and render image. And that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, please like this video. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.